Three.
What's up, man?
Chilling, bro. How you?
You good? You good?
I'm up. I'm up late nights, early mornings. You know what I mean? Hype,
Okay, okay. Okay.
ready to go. I'm ready,
Okay.
three.
You
I'm
ready?
I'm I'm terrified in a great way.
Okay, explain, elaborate.
I'm
I
ready
like
to
this.
go.
Elaborate why you terrified in a good way, sir. Let's talk.
I'm
Let's
I'm
go.
I'm battling. I'm battling the face of the league that put me on. You know what I mean?
Mm,
To where I'm at. I'm battling the most consistent battle rapper of all time.
mm,
I'm battling somebody I think is Mount Rushmore,
mm,
and he wants to kill me.
mm.
And he's returning to New York. What?
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
ready. I'm ready.
Let's take our time here. Let's take our time here. In New York, Tay Rock
Yeah,
is from Maryland, right? Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, right? Boom, Edgewater, whatever.
East
But
Coast.
East Coast, but the love that brother gets in New York City. I'm talking about the prom when URL was in every event was in New York City. Dog, I don't even know if Surf got the way Rock was getting love at NY one time was crazy, brother.
Yeah,
Any
I'm
concerns about
battling.
that at all?
I'm battling the devil in hell. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like that's.
okay.
I know what I'm walking into. Yeah, I'm from Jersey. I'm right over the bridge. I'm sure there's gonna be people there. You know, don't get it twisted. Like if this was 3 years ago, maybe there'd be people showing up just to see Rock. But I
Okay.
think because of the run that I've been on, the work that I put in, I never had a home game on URL, like or somewhere on the East Coast. I battled in Atlanta and Cali and Houston,
Mm,
and then off that in Canada, in London. Like I ain't really get the battle on the East Coast yet, so this means something to me too. You know what I mean? And like I said, terrified in a good way. Rock. You know what I mean? I just seen him tweet today. He's doing the same shit I'm
yep.
on. The
Yep.
fucking
He said the same thing.
he's early mornings late. I was like, all right, we on the same shit. So this gonna be a bloodbath. Three. Hey, you sure you didn't want me and Sharon to be on no
I hate this guy.
instead?
I hate this guy.
Because you the only one that want to see that battle. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
not true.
last
That's
time,
not true. That's not true. That's sir. I love you, my dude, but that's I'm not the only one, sir. I'm not gonna let you get that off. Okay? But you battling the GOAT, you're battling the GOAT, and this is the biggest battle of your career, correct, sir?
absolutely biggest battle, most dangerous battle. Uh, like I had to like kind of climb to get back to this kind of. I don't even know how to like word it. It's just like another one of them where the culture's watching. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
I feel like I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what's gonna happen. I know I'm gonna get bombed on. Like I know I'm gonna be standing there like, you know, man, this dude's going crazy. But the
Mm.
best part about it, I know how to do that now. I know how to do that now, three.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? Like I'm not mad at anybody thinking Rock's gonna win. Like I said,
Mm.
I'm battling him in his backyard. You know, he's returning to New York. The energy is gonna be crazy. It's Rock on a big stage. Everything is against me. You know what I mean? So
Okay. Okay.
I would, you know, I don't blame anybody that thinks he's gonna win, but don't put money on it.
Don't put money on it?
Yeah,
Wait, talk about. So if I'm a gambling man in battle rap, I see real sick Tay Rock, and I'm like, all right, dog. I'm gonna bet on Tay Rock. Experience, New York City, Gramercy, GOAT. My man Real Sick has been on. I think you're I respect for your 1-1 on the big stage. Can I say that?
Well,
China
what we mean
disaster.
by big stage? Because
China,
like
China disaster.
Sean and Disaster was only Houston.
Okay.
Pat was on the stage. I battled Charlie Clips and DNA on the stage. Me and Twerk was on the stage.
Talk
Av was on
crazy.
the
Talk crazy.
stage.
Talk crazy.
I said Pat, right? I've
Mm,
been on a couple stages, and then A Ward was a big room. Ilmac was a big room. It just wasn't a stage. You know what
okay.
I mean? So I mean, look, I think that the reason I'm saying what I'm saying is because he has more evidence of
Mm.
being that on the
Black record.
stage. I
Mm,
don't, you know what I mean? You got my rounds versus Diz, you know what I mean? My like if you watch like my first with Pat, that was me a year in. Now look at my first with Diz, that was 2023.
mm,
You know what I mean? Just that kind of difference. Like, I don't know. Like I said, yo, Rock is that. So, you know, he's very, very dangerous. So, but I get hyped for shit like this. You know what I mean? Like
Okay,
I'm mad motivated for shit like this. I
okay.
like this because now I know, you know, I battle Shine on a return, bro. I battle Twerk on a return.
Mm.
I battle like come on, like I don't duck smoke at all, bro. So shit, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. I'm continuing to get ready. I'm gonna be preparing till I get on stage, bro. Like
Really?
I already know I'm gonna keep thinking of shit. I'm gonna be in a like I'm very inspired for this, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like, I want him to be on stage during my round and be like, because look, people always go crazy against Rock, right? People always have their best performance and shit like that.
Mm.
But this is just one of them anticipated ones that since I battled Av, we got an interview on 15 Minutes of Fame of us trying to battle. Then we got another one after I battled Diz. Then we got another one after I battled Nitty. I
Mm.
seen Rock in when I battled Ilmat. One of the reasons I turned up, like not the only reason, but I saw Rock in the beginning of my second standing on the side. I was like, all right, let me show him I could break this building. Let me show him. And I started killing that shit with Ilmat. But I told him around then, I was like, bro, you know, if we battle, let's do it. We knew it had to be this. We knew it had to be on a stage like this. You know what I mean? The part that's exciting for me is he's excited. You know what I mean? I
Mm.
know he hasn't been. When was his last big stage? Like, when's the last time he been on a big stage?
What's Rock's Hollow?
Was that Hustle?
Hustle. Okay, hustle. Okay, I would say
Right?
Hollow. I said for me it's Hollow. Like the big.
Well, that might have been the last time he was on in New York, right?
Right, I believe so,
I
sir.
don't know. I could be bugging.
Could be wrong.
I
Could be
don't.
wrong.
Yeah, I don't think that. But I just mean big stage in general. I feel like maybe it was Hustle.
Okay.
I might be tripping.
All right.
Don't take my word on that, but you know, I know he evolved into a big stage rapper. Like, you
Mm.
know, he's hyped to be on that stage. He probably has like a bunch of shit that you know, he's consistent, so he write a lot.
Right.
He probably had a bunch of bars as he's writing, and then he's like, nah, I'm gonna say that for a stage. I'm gonna say that for a stage. So I have a feeling he's clipped up already, and he's just gonna make that shit apply to me. I expect to bleed three. I
Okay.
expect to bleed,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
but
Okay.
I'm not leaving without doing the same. You know what I mean?
So URL has not announced every card as of yet, but is this the main event, in your opinion?
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna reveal anything.
Oh,
I'm
you
not
can't
gonna
do that.
do anything like that. But what I will say is I think will definitely be a highlight. I mean, that goes without saying with me.
Mm.
Every card I'm on, I'm a highlight. I was just a co-main event to Daylight and Nitty, and people was talking about that performance. When I battled Nitty, we was battle of the night. You know what I mean? When I battled Diz, even though that was messy, it was a talk. It was a highlight of the night. When I battled
I
A
bet.
Ward, it was a highlight of the night. You know what I mean? Like it always goes like that. And I think, man, shout out to the fans, bro, because the response to this battle is
Yes.
crazy.
Yes.
Fans are
Yes.
going crazy for this.
Yeah.
And shit like that pushes me a lot too. You know what I mean? Like they want to see a bloodbath. So we're gonna deliver on that. You know what I
Like I
mean?
felt like respectfully, like no disrespect to the other matches, right? I know people got was going nice about Chester and Eunice, but I
Yeah,
felt like the culture for whatever reason they wasn't happy with John and Fonz, which is kind of crazy. I love John and Fonz. I don't know why people are shitting on that battle.
right.
Hustle and T Top. I saw Hustle going in a few people yesterday because some people said they didn't like the matchup. But I feel like when you and Rock were announced, it was like across the board. Like I tweeted out, this is the one
Yeah,
right here, and everybody across the board agree. There's no one that disagreed. I had a guy tell me, "I'm gonna watch battle rap again because of y'all
that's
matchup."
crazy. That's crazy. I
Also,
mean, yo, that's why I said shout out to the fans, bro, because
mhm.
man, the response from it is just making it that I already know the energy in the building is gonna be crazy when we go off, bro. I don't care
Woo.
when we go during the night, that energy is gonna be crazy. So yeah, the fan response has been crazy. And Rock is one of them ones that's battled everybody. So the fact that he could get a response like this for a battle, along with the fact, he's coming back to New York and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
that people could, there's some Rock fans that are just like, oh, Rock 30, Rock 30. But the majority of the culture, from what I'm seeing, is this the one, this the one.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So like that's dope to see for somebody that's been here for so long, like Rock, and to still give that kind of excitement from the culture for a matchup like this. You know what I mean?
Now there's 15. This is the 15th gnome, and Rock has been in 12 of the 15. That is crazy, dog.
Crazy,
12 out of the
crazy.
15
That's
gnomes.
included. That's including this one.
Yes, I think this
Or
includes this
yeah,
one. This is including 12. This will be the 12th gnome, including this one right here, man.
that's
Like, that's
wild. So
crazy.
he's gonna go crazy. You know what I mean? Like
He's gonna go
that's
crazy for a multitude of reasons. New York, it's
yeah,
you. Hello, it's you also. Make sure I preface that.
yeah,
Rock is a very intelligent dude, one of the most smartest guys in battle rap.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
he don't really take his foot off the gas with people. And the tweet he made kind of told me, okay, Rock, I see what type of timing you on. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah, yeah.
especially when you're running around and say you're the best active battle rapper, you've been screaming that
Facts,
for a while. I don't know if Rock
facts.
likes that real sick. I'm gonna keep it talk. I don't think he likes you saying that, man. But
Right.
that could be his motivation also. Will you say what to that?
I mean, I'm sure it's all of that. Everything you said. It's also the fact, like I said in the trailer, I haven't lost a battle in 2 years. So like,
Crazy.
I'm pretty sure he's trying to, be the one to end that streak too. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So I mean, like the question is as far as what? Like, what do I feel about him, his motivation and shit? Like,
His
what, like,
motivation, yeah, his motivation for this battle.
yeah. I mean, like, look, this battle could have happened maybe 2, 3 times before,
Wow.
but it wasn't on something like this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I got a call in like December for like one of them outside events or something like that to
No.
battle Rock, and I called Rock myself, and I was like, hey yo, like this got to be a Noma or Summer Madness, and he agreed. I think he was thinking that last year anyway, that he was like, this got to be a Noma or Summer Madness. So it's good that we waited until now, and the fact that he feels threatened and he's on the same vibe I'm on with like rhyming, bro. I like it's gonna be crazy. I get more hype every single day that goes by. And then as far as to address like what people are saying about the other battles on the card, like this we how many times do we gotta see this over and over until we understand what it is? People are just gonna talk this shit before the battle. They don't like the face off, they don't like the promo, X, Y, and Z. The shit
Mm-hmm.
that exists forever is the battle. That's
Right.
it.
Right.
That's it. That you don't remember the promo. Me and Twerk had no promo.
Facts. Zero promo.
Me
Facts.
like Nitty and Twerk when they battled, they had a 2 minute face off. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody remembers that shit, bro. If your promo is more memorable than your battle, you didn't do your job, bro.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. Facts.
So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We still gonna try to sell out these tickets. I'm sure he'll do some shit. I'm doing this. I'll be on the spaces. I'm gonna do some other interviews and shit
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like, people. But it's dope when you've done enough work in this game. Like speaking from my perspective, where just being announced versus somebody like Rock is promo in itself. I've seen a lot of comments saying, "Yo, I got to be in the building for this. I'm
Yeah.
coming to know him. I'm watching this." You know what I mean? Like when the shit got announced. So I mean, this going to feel like a gnome. And yeah, I mean, Chess and Eunice want to kill each other. John and Fonz want to kill each
Kill
other.
each
Like
other. Yeah. Yeah.
these battles and the other shit that's on the card is crazy too. So like, bro, like it's going to be one of those, bro. All you got to do is just everybody's going to deliver in the battles. I'm sure. You know,
Mm.
so
Can two things be true? Rock is giving Real Sick a shot, but Real Sick deserves this on top of that. On top, he's done the groundwork. Also, I feel you said a second ago, 2 years you've been on a streak, right? A lot of times a batter, I feel like your streak, Av's streak also doesn't get spoken about how other people's streaks get spoken about.
yeah, it's because we're not vocal like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We kind of let the work speak for itself. Like I
Right.
feel like I wasn't saying shit like that until like this battle. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And like I mean, the people who know. You know what I mean? Like especially if you think, especially for the people that think I might have got twerked to one, then
Mm-hmm.
it's since December of 2022 that I've been winning. We in 2025, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So like people that know, but like and then it's definitely something an accomplishment I'm proud of, but like that doesn't mean the work is done. You know what I mean? I always
Right.
try to just keep my focus on the shit that needs to be done. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, I've been given quality 3 rounds my whole career. And like if we talking clear losses, I have one like super clear loss, which is shot.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, whether you thought I won or lost, I still did enough to make you think it was a good battle. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like, and most of those is before that Sean battle. Everything
That's a
after
fact.
the
That's
Sean
a
battle,
fact.
like we don't gotta even talk about. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm just hyped to do like with everything I learned, everything I know now. It being back on the East Coast, it should mean something to me. Me being the only Sikh battle rapper in the world, being on the dome, you know what I mean?
So
Against somebody
crazy.
like Rock is crazy too. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So like the representation aspect of that, I'm repping more than just rappers. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit on the line that I'm trying to represent for. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, this should mean something to me. You know what I mean? I work hard for this. I got here from working hard for this. You know what I mean? And that's not gonna stop.
To the person that says, "Can this be K-Shine situation again?" You say what, sir?
I had 7 days for Sean, bro. Like
Facts. Let's make sure
I
I
had
like that.
seven
I got mad at
days,
you about that. I got mad at you about that. But go ahead. Go ahead.
but look, at the time, that's 2022. I'm 2 years in, not even fully, so I'm 1.5 years in. How am
Right.
I going to turn down a 5-figure check at the time when I'm getting fucking? I just started getting those at the time. You know what I mean? And it's like this is what I'm trying to build off of. I don't got a job. I'm not trying to do. I'm just trying to be a full-time rapper. Number one, number two. Sean was my Mount. He's in my Mount Rushmore. He's one of my favorites. Maybe not Mount. He's top five to me. He's one of my favorites.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he's crazy. And then we talked about it for a while. I just didn't know it was going down till the trailer was coming out.
Mm.
So, and that was the week before. There was talks about it and shit like that. It was a whole different thing. There was just a bunch of confusion when it came to me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, you know what I mean? So like people could have their theories or whatever.
Right.
All I could do is control what I could control.
Absolutely.
I was 7 days out. I wrote what I could. I had 12 minutes of material, you know what
Mm.
I mean? And I was up there rehearsing. I wasn't performing. I was rehearsing my shit up there. That's it.
Mm.
I didn't have a wiggle, you know what I mean? I didn't have a personality. I didn't have none of that shit that I had
Uh-huh.
in all my battles after that. You know what I mean?
Uh,
I didn't know that material all the way. Like,
right.
number one. Number
Mm.
two, I'm I'm half a decade in now on these big leagues. You know what I mean? That was 1.5 years in. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I had just got there. Like I was like brand new over there.
Mm.
Like with that kind of recognition and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So there's a whole bunch of different factors. Also, like I explained this on like other shows and shit before, but I got my first album placement around that time. It's on
Mm.
this artist. His name is Jazzy B. He's like the Snoop Dogg of my people. Like
Okay.
millions and millions and millions of views. I'm on his album. Go check the song out. It's called Divide and Rule. But at the time, he had sent that beat to me. I'm gonna say no. Like this dude is like a legend.
Right.
He needs the verse by Monday. It's Friday. I sent him the verse, and mind you, the trailer for Shine came out Friday. So we Friday, about 7 days away from
Okay.
the battle, right? This verse is due Monday, and I need to finish my rounds because now I know the battle is going down. It's on the app,
Right.
the announcement. I send the verse, I start writing for Sean. He loved the verse so much, he was like, yo, give me another verse. I can't say no. This is a big opportunity. So now I do another verse, mind you, I'm going in the booth, I'm recording it, I'm doing the takes, I'm doing all of that, and I'm writing for Sean at the same time. There was a whole, but it proved to be good because anytime he's performed in New York, he brought me out, which
Mm.
is like amazing, you know what I mean? And also, I needed to lose like that at that time to get to where I'm at now, you know what I mean? So, I mean, you could think what you want, you know what I mean? But like,
Mm.
I think if you think I don't know what I'm doing, just like even if you don't look at my big stages, because I could say, my first round with Diz kind of shows I know what I'm doing up there. You know what I mean? That battle just became a stinker because he had like 8-minute rounds with people nobody liking that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now I'm trying to wake the crowd up in the first half of my fucking second. You know what I mean? And then they start reacting, but now I stuck to the time limits, and then he's going for another 6 minutes and shit. So like that's another thing. Like you could tell, like people that don't know how to control crowds and shit like that, the whole thing is just gonna go down. I still had the crowd reacting and shit in my third. You know what I mean? But if you don't look at that, just look at like my second round with Ilmac. Imagine
Mm.
if that was on the stage. You think that wouldn't go crazy
I would
on a
have rocked the
stage?
fucking building, my guy. You hear me?
That's what I'm saying. Like I know what to do, but again, I haven't faced somebody like Rock before.
Mm.
So I'm bro, I'm ready to bleed. Just think about it like that. I want one of them battle of the years. You know what I mean? I want one of those. You know what I mean? And I think it's gonna be one of those. Like, cause anything I've had in the last couple, yeah, me and A Ward might have been like a battle of the year candidate at the
Mm.
time and shit, but like everything else has kind of just been clear wins for me. And I know it's gonna be hard to do that with this. You know what I mean? So let's go to war. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the vibe I got with this. Let's go to war.
Any concerns about the time limit, sir?
Man, Rock is Rock. He gonna rap however long he wants to rap. It does. I could be. All I could do is, like I said, all I could do is control what I could control. I'm not gonna stop Rock. The fans is gonna be hyped to see him. We controlling the show. This is a big venue. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm always clipped up too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Okay.
so this ain't gonna be one of those to where
Big K
you
shit.
know
Big K situation where he's rapping for like 7, 8 minutes, and you're. Because let me ask you, if he's rapping for 6 minutes, and you give us a standard 3:30, are you worried about wins loss?
that means the next round is gonna be 8 minutes from me.
Say
That's what
less.
that means.
Say less. Say
I'm not.
less.
I'm not gonna let him do that. I feel like the last time that shit happened to me, where I didn't want it to happen like that, was against Twerk, to where it was specified to me that it was 2 minute 30-second rounds, and he had longer rounds than that. So then after that, I was like, yo, I'm gonna just do. If I have short rounds after that, it was on purpose. Like with Diz, we on a big stage in Houston. I know he gonna try to rap his heart out. I'm gonna just do a quick good 2 minutes, get that in there,
Right.
crowd react, let him lose and slowly go down. That was my strategy with him. But everything else, like, look, I'm not trying to be up there rapping 10 minutes around, but I feel like all I could make sure of, all I could control is no matter how long his rounds are, that my shit is still making the fans go, oh shit, Sick might have got that round. You know what I mean? That's all I could try to control.
Oh,
You know what I
hold on,
mean?
sir. You did rap long against Ilmac, though, did you not, sir?
Yeah, but he rapped long too.
I just
He just
asking.
he just didn't we didn't have no 90-second
Right, right, right,
rules like everybody else had.
right, right.
Like me and him both had 4 minute rounds, 5 minute rounds, shit like that for that battle. But my point in saying that was like the only time I've rapped less time than my opponent is after the twerk battle was if it was part of the strategy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But again, like I'm not going if he got an 8 minute round and I got a good 4 or 5 minutes, something like that, or even if I got a three, whatever, if my all I could control is making that the best shit I could make it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Um, this is a very interesting part here because I always tell you for the years I've been rocking with you, your cheat code is those flow pockets that you get into, right? And then
Right.
you got to rock with the so-called AMG mode. Is
Right.
that something that's two-part? Those are going to clash in this battle, do you feel?
There's gonna be a lot of rapping in this battle. There's gonna be
Oh,
a lot of there's
woo!
going I don't know what every other battle's gonna look like. I know the best rapping is probably gonna happen in this battle. I mean, like, yeah, like we I mean, if you watch that interview when I was with, I think Hip Hop is Real after the disaster battle.
Mm-hmm.
Rock was like, yo, I got a battle Sick, that
Mm-hmm.
flow pockets, the multis, the
Mm-hmm.
rhyme and all of that. And he was like, we could just have a whole AMG battle. You know what I mean? So like it's gonna be a lot of rapping here, you know what I mean? And it's not gonna be drawn out shit and all of that. I think we know what we gotta do and it's gonna be elite, bro. I'm top tier now. So like there's a reason I've got to the level that I got to. You know what I mean? So man, I'm hyped. The more I talk about this shit, bro, I'm This is gonna be crazy.
Do you feel you got to be explosive for all 3 rounds? Even though you're pretty much, you know, what's funny about, I tell people all the time, man. Real
Yeah.
sick of the person you want to fuck with. The quiet dudes you got to worry about, number one. Then the guy's built like a fucking tech, number two, right? He ain't going to talk crazy before the battle, but during the battle, you would think that, like, this night and day with this dude, because he's a calm dude, but he spazzes during battles. But you feel you got to, because Rock is going to be explosive. He's going to be sweating by the third bar and shit like that. Do you feel you got to have to match Rock's explosiveness? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Do you feel you got to match his explosiveness?
I mean, I feel like I already do
Oh,
that.
I like that already,
Like
right?
I'm already an explosive performer. Pause. You know what I mean? Like I'm already like after I battled Twerk and Twerk said, "Hey yo, that was the first time I felt my energy get matched."
Mm.
I knew I had
Had something in.
a gift. Like I have a presence on there. Shit. After I battled Ash, he even told me, and that was 2021. That was a year in for me. He was like, "Yo, your presence on the stage is crazy." You know what I mean? My first round with Pat, rest in peace to my boy Pat. My
Mm.
first round with him kind of showed that too. But see, if you look at all those earlier battles, I had it for like a round, and then I didn't know what to do after that. But I feel like, the disaster battle's a good example. But whatever, we'll see. I feel like if you see my battles, without giving too much away, I'm
Right,
trying to
right, right,
tiptoe
right.
around this shit. I think I know what to do. And when it comes to energy and all of that kind of stuff, I mean, if I could battle people like Twerk and Nitty and
Mm.
Disaster, what I mean, A Ward is explosive. If I could battle people like that and the battles happen the way they happen, you know what I mean? I think I'll be good. I think I'll be good. You know
You
what I
know what
mean?
Ab always tells me about you, though, and I speak to him about you all the time. He speaks about you to me. Yo,
Hmm.
three, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm glad I got real sick early when I got him.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got that out the way. Because that
Shout
boy
out to
is,
Av.
yo, yeah, Ab always show you love, brother. Always show
Yeah.
you love, man.
Shout
You know,
out to him, man.
are
Yeah, I
you
know.
worried about the crowd rocking with you, sir?
We in New York, bro.
What does
Number
that
one,
mean, sir?
I'm from Jersey. My style was birthed in the vicinity. So
Mm,
what that means is whether you think rock is winning or not, that doesn't mean you're not gonna rock with me.
okay.
I know, like I grew up around here. You know what I mean? I was raised around here. So like I already got a connection to this area. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And on top of that, you got to make the crowd react. This is something I learned throughout the years too. You know what I mean? Like it's not like they could even if I'm in there, yo, when I battle Twerk, I swear to God, bro,
Mm,
it was a twerk concert. Everybody was there just to see Twerk. It was Twerk and Rock. Those were the two people that they were there to see. Not Twerk versus Real Sick. It was just Twerk and Rock. Those were the two people they were there to see. And if I
mm,
could look them in the eyes and make them go crazy with the family reunion, flesh and blood hanging out, I got a medium to connect you to the other side, the strapped in shit I had in a second, the tell if you alive, the handshake. If I could
mm.
look them in the eyes and make them go crazy, and they was there just to see Twerk, if I could do that, I mean, I'll be good, bro. Like I said, I'm top tier now. All we're gonna see is if what I have that day and what he has that day, which one is better. You know what I mean?
Wow, my brother, you sound like you're ready, brother. I like the way you
I
talk.
gotta be ready. I gotta
Yeah,
be ready.
yeah.
There's Gnome. This is Rock. There's no space for me to be partying and going out places and shit like that. Anytime I see a Rock, I think of a bar. You know what I mean? Your mind goes to a different place when you in battle prep, bro. You can't even if you're taking it serious. Like you can't even like you could
Mm,
be having a conversation with somebody and they say something and you think about a punchline off of that. Like your mind is just in another place. You know what I mean?
mm.
So yeah, man, I gotta be ready. The Gramercy Theater too, legendary venue. Oh man,
Yeah,
I'm
I like
ready.
that.
And
I like
and and don't get it twisted. I mean the Gramercy's capacity, I've definitely rocked crowds that have more capacity than that. I think me and Twerk had a similar crowd to what's going to be in the Gramercy. I think me and Diz was probably more people, or maybe the same amount that'll be at the Gramercy. I think it's probably more. Like I've been in front of crowds like that. Is my point. You know what I mean? Like I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm about to write a whole clip after this interview. You know what I mean? Like I already know. I got to be over prepared for this, bro. Rock is motivated. So if he's he's caught bodies in that building. Like he's set his stamp over there. That's why I said I'm battling the devil in hell. You know what I mean? Like I'm in his stomping grounds. I'm in the lion's den. But I
Mm.
like shit like that.
Are you worried about gas a little bit?
It's not gas. People are just hyped to see him, bro. Like
I
that's
like your
not
approach.
like,
I like my brother's approach here. I like my brother's
bro.
approach here, man.
I'm not gonna fault the fans for being happy to see Rock. I mean,
Mm.
they had two events in New York in the last couple years, and Rock wasn't on any of them. You know what I mean? Like they hyped to see Rock. I'm hyped to see Rock, and now I get to see him on stage against them. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
so yeah. I mean, look. Like I said, I can only control what I could control. I'm not
Absolutely.
gonna be mad up there if people think that he's getting gassed and all this other shit, bro. Rock is a legend. He's gonna be going
Yeah.
crazy. He's gonna get reaction.
Yeah.
He's a vintage style. You know what I mean? Like you said, he starts sweating on bar three and screaming in my face and ad libbing. It's
Ad
me,
libs.
bro, and all that kind of shit. Like he's gonna be going crazy on me, bro.
Let's see.
Yeah, all of that.
I love Rock,
But
man.
I
Oh
get to
man.
go next. You know what I
Fact,
mean? Like that's
fact.
the part of the battle and now it's my turn to surpass that. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I'm ready, bro. I'm happy to see that he's inspired too. You know what I mean?
You
So
said it a couple of times though, but it makes me wonder. Are you surprised he's like that? I don't think I'm not surprised because of you, because of the work you put
I'm
in.
not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm just it's a confirmation. You know what I mean? Because
Okay,
like
got
I can't remember the last time he tweeted. Like first of all, I seen him post some shit like yo, if you in Maryland and you a fan of mine, you got to come through. And now he's saying if you see me perform in New York, this
you. Yeah.
gonna be the best one, I promise. Now
Uh-huh.
he's saying he feel threatened and he's up night and day. I know he's trying to kill me, bro. Like I'm not sleeping on that point. He wants to get me the fuck out of here. He's probably sick of hearing people saying I'm undefeated. He's
Mhm.
probably sick of hearing people saying he probably saw a couple sick 3-0
Yes.
comments. You know what I
Yes.
mean? He probably
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
like he's
Uh-huh.
hype over there, bro. I'm not gonna let an hour pass without thinking of a ball or two
Mhm.
or three or four. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I can't. I gotta eat, sleep, and breathe this shit until the battle.
Wow.
So
I
yeah.
saw official Ice from Joe Budden podcast. He let it be known Jersey
Shout
on
out to
deck.
Ice, man.
I
Shout
said
out
it's
to
Jersey
Ice.
on deck. He said it's
Shout
Jersey
out to
on
Ice,
deck.
man.
2-1.
Hey,
You know what I
see
mean?
shit like that gets me hyped too. There's a lot of people that feel like Ice and they on the East Coast and they gonna be in the building. You know what I mean? So like I shout out to Ice. He's always supported, man. When I did that freestyle on that J. Cole shit, he played it on the pod. You know what I mean? Shout out to Joe and all of them too. Like
They always show you. Anytime your name is
they
mentioned, they
all,
always show you love on the podcast, though. On
yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Budden
for sure.
podcast.
He shouted out my Ilmac shit. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like I fuck with the pod heavy too. You know what I mean? So shout out to all of them, man. Yeah, shout out to Ice. Come on, I can't let them down. I can't let Jersey down, bro. Can't
Mm-hmm.
let Jersey down. Even if you a Rock fan and you from Jersey, I can't and you voting for Rock. I can't make you feel bad when I say Jersey at the end of my rounds. I'm gonna say it the same way. Jersey every single time. I just had a crazy fucking round, and then I say Jersey. That's how I gotta make you feel proud of what I do up there. You know what I mean? Like,
How dope is it for you that y'all don't really need to talk crazy on the internet? Because Rock ain't gonna really talk crazy, and you're not gonna do that before the battle, right? But during
right.
the battle is where it counts the most, right? Y'all are gonna go crazy during the battle. There's gonna all the insults and the shit you want from the promo. Y'all brothers gonna put that in the battle. Could this be a classic in the making?
I don't wanna say a bunch of shit without it happening in reality. I know
Okay,
that's
got
what
you. Real time on real time.
I'm all I know is I gotta make sure I'm coming to kill because I know he's coming to kill. You know what I mean? And then if and I seen somebody tweet this, they said this is more than just like a regular known battle. This is like a legacy versus like the future kind of shit. You know what I mean? This battle is Rock is on his way out.
Yeah.
Like Rock ain't gonna battle for much longer.
Mm-hmm.
He gotta There gotta be somebody, I feel like, that not to take his spot, but just somebody that could be that. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just gonna be one of them that to where I don't know how many people from my class he's battled. Maybe just Jay. He battled anybody else from my
Who else was
class?
in class? Who's in the class? Swamp?
Oh yeah, Swamp.
Yeah,
Jay
Swamp in the
Swamp.
class.
Yeah, he didn't battle Easy yet. Me,
No.
Fonz, Lou. So like yeah, so like if yeah, Jay and Swamp's the only ones, and they the future of this shit too. You know what I mean? So like I think this is just gonna I'm the future of this shit. And I think that that's gonna be stamped in this battle. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Where does the quiet confidence come? Because I tell people all the time, say, y'all be acting, trust me, real sick. Y'all, he quiet, but he know he's
Hmm.
that guy. Don't get it fucked up. He know he's one of those guys. He's a very confident MC, and he has to be
I
that
was
way.
I was I was taught to be humble my whole life, bro. I mean, it's
Mm.
part of being sick. Like
Right, 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 right.
part of being sick is the humble but dangerous. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Quiet but ready to go when you got to. You know what I mean? Like it's the way I was raised, number one. Number two, like when you got outlets like rap and the gym, you know what I mean? Like you got all these like outlets. There's no reason for you to not be calm and zen throughout the day. You know what I mean? I protect my peace. So
Right.
like, we that's how I go through life. And then I only turn up when I need to. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the way to do it. And that's just part of growing up. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
Like,
right.
yeah, I mean, and you gotta be humble. Like everything I'm proud of myself for doing, I feel like if I wasn't humble about it, the universe would take it away. You know what I mean? Like you could be proud of yourself, you could be confident, but you
Mhm.
still, humility goes a long way. I think I got to where I got to. A big part of that was because of humility. Because even before my name was what it is, you know what I mean? Now, like even before then, if I battled a legend or a top tier, it was strictly off them feeling like I was humble and then fucking with my style and shit like that. Like it was strictly off of that,
Mhm.
the work. That's it. So work hard, stay humble. You know what I mean? As corny as that quote is or whatever. That's the way to go. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah.
What year is this for you, Sick? What year now? You're in year.
On URL year 5, like on the big leagues, taking it serious, all of
Yeah.
that. I'm on year 5. Yeah.
Do you like your trajectory? How you? I mean, you're battling one of the goats right now. Have you? If you could sit, have you take time to really dwell in what you've been doing the last 5 years, brother? Have you? Or you just going with the motion?
Yeah, I did. I actually did like when I started writing for this because I was going through like I was just thinking about me 10 years ago and it's me watching battles and all that kind of shit and just being a fan and just trying to become a better rapper and get known for rapping and all that kind of shit.
Mm.
And now I ran down the legends and top tiers that I battled and shit. Chilla, B Magic, Mike P, Danny, Arsenal, Av, Pat Stay, rest in peace, DNA, Sean,
Mm.
Twerk, Disaster, A Ward, Clips, Nitty, Ilmac, and now Rock.
Boy,
My
resume fire. That
resume.
boy resume fire. That boy resume like that. Boy.
What?
That brother resume like that. You hear me? For
That's
real.
incredible to me, bro. And I feel like, there's like other battle rappers that maybe battle once or twice a year, and I feel like you get to start battling them when your resume looks the way that mine starts to look. I feel like I still got a couple more, not a couple. There's still some people I could battle. You know what I mean? If the goal is to eventually battle like a Mooka Lux or something like that, like a battle like this, where everybody's gonna be looking, the coach is gonna be looking, it's the time to show what I do. You know what I mean? It was super dope after the Ilmac battle talking to Mook because Mook had didn't know he didn't know what it was. And
Okay, okay,
him
okay,
watching
brother. Okay, brother.
him watching the battle, like his reactions, and then talking to him after, he was just like, "Yo, where did this come from?" And I was like, "So you probably only saw, like he saw my Shine battle, and then after that, I think he just saw my Clips battle,
Oh,
and
you gotta
that's
do
the
your homework. You gotta do
battle."
your homework, Mook. Do your homework, Mook. Do your homework,
Yeah,
son. Do your
but
homework.
it's also, it's on the app. He's a busy man. You don't know what
Yeah.
he's seen. Like, it's not like I'm not faulting him for it. I'm just saying, like, he saw my clips battle, and that's when he was like, "Oh shit!" Like, you know, this dude is crazy. That's why when I did the compliment battle with Chilla Mook was right there, like behind me.
Mm.
It was like game recognized game kind of thing. But I feel like he saw me kill with Ilmac. You know what I mean? And then that's when he was like, "Bruh, like that shit was fucking." He saw that there's another level there. You know what I mean? So like. So the point I'm getting at is like, yeah, this rock battle is kind of to show that, and I feel
Mm.
like after this, it would make sense for me aiming for people like I think me and Calico would be crazy if we ever battle. You know what I mean? Like if I ever want to battle somebody like that, like I feel like that could happen. You know, me and Verb gotta happen. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like shit like that. I feel like makes I'm like slowly getting in another category. You know what I mean? So.
I,
I don't
I
know. I could this. I feel like I got a feeling in my bones that this battle is gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? So like, yeah,
yeah. You know what's funny? I should tell Easy the block captain. I should go, yo, at some point, bro, you got to see Real Sick at some point, man. You know what I mean? That,
yeah,
out of the that's out of the norm. That's something you want or you don't really care.
yeah. I think that battle would be crazy. I mean, we was talking about that since. I mean, you could argue from our class we're the two most. We got the craziest resumes out of our class.
Okay.
I think I battle more killers than Easy though.
Really?
I think yeah. Go down and shit.
He
You
battled
battle.
T Top, Rex, Verb, Calico Goods, Disaster. You killed Disaster. Reed Dollars, Geechee Gotti, Ill Will, Swamp,
Shook.
Chopper Shug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missing somebody. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. And then how many is that?
It's a lot of battles there, brother. It's a lot.
That's a lot, right? Great
Like,
resume. Great
mm,
resume. I was a year in taking Chilla, Magic, Mike P, Danny on the street. Don't forget, he was 15-0 with rounds when I battled
mm,
him.
mm,
Arsenal, Ave. That was in June, July, August that I
right?
battled them. Pat Stay on the Drake card. DNA, Shine, Twerk,
Battle shot.
Disaster, A
Okay.
Ward, Clips, Nitty, Ilmac, and now Rock. I feel like I got a slight edge on battling the killers. You know what I mean? Like to where like I'll stand in front of somebody on their return. You know what I mean? Like
Mm, mm.
like I'm just ready to go. I feel like I got my respect from doing shit like that. So and then so yeah, you could argue from that class. You know, Fonz is doing his numbers, Jay's
Odds are
doing his
crazy.
numbers, Swamp doing his
Swamp.
numbers. Like I got nothing bad to say about the people in my class. Chaos went crazy versus T Top. I know I heard Ace just went crazy in the battle. He had, I think it was in Houston. Was it that battle? I didn't get to peep it yet, but yeah, Lou went crazy with Chef. Like,
Yeah, he
like
got crazy. He
my
got crazy.
class is doing numbers, but I think when it comes to resumes, you could you
It's
could
standing
say,
out more a little bit.
yeah,
That's
me
all.
me me and me and Easy is right there, and I feel like that's how it was before. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Okay.
So
A
yeah, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
a win over Tay Rock does what for Real Sick, sir?
I mean, solidify my spot. You
Mm.
know what I mean? Like I feel like, man, you can't say nothing after this. After this the last thing. Having a 3 round incredible classic kind of battle on a big stage. I haven't done yet. I've had good showings.
Yes,
I
sir.
got I got I got good I got classic type battles in the pit versus
Mm.
legends, shit like that.
Right.
I need one of those on the stage. After this, I don't
Mm.
think you could. What else? What else? What else? It's like nothing else. All that people are gonna say is like, and it's crazy that like because some of the battles is on the app and stuff, people don't remember some of the shit I did say. I'm still seeing comments talking about the Sean battle. Like, bro, that was July of 2022, bro.
We're
Like
in
I was
2025 right now.
we in 2025, but I mean, Sean's
Oh, in
presence,
2025. It's like,
yeah. But we, his presence is missed. That's probably why, Sean is one of them ones. But
right.
I feel like anybody that's talking about that battle and trying to use that as an example, and with
Mm.
all the other shit, like, I think what you want, bro. Think what you want. But I'm a whole different person now. You know what I mean? This is real sick now. This is like they know what it is. I'm your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Oh,
You know
talk crazy, talk
what I mean?
crazy, talk crazy,
like,
talk
yeah.
crazy. I would say before you go, I do hope that you're on that. I had Chilla Jones on the show an hour ago, man, and he showed you a lot of love. I'm hoping you're on that TBL card, on the Hitman Mook card. I hope you're on that card. Whoosh, you won't say nothing. Okay, cool.
Can't say nothing, bro.
Can't say no. Keep
Can't
that alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My brother, you know I'm a fan of yours. I rock with you heavy, man. You are a breath of fresh air to battle rap. I always say that as a blogger, to be able to recap your battles and write down the shit you be saying in these battles is fucking nuts, man. You know what I mean? So I think you and Rock gonna be crazy. And this is gonna be the epitome of shaking the building, I believe. Y'all niggas are gonna shake the fucking building down, bro.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it gotta be that, bro. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Gnome, June 22nd, New York, Gramercy Theater, Real Sick vs. Rock. There's still more announcements coming. And trust me, like, fuck all the bullshit that y'all hearing. This card is gonna be crazy. Stop talking shit about URL too. They still the NBA. Like don't forget it. URL is still URL.
Crazy,
you know what I mean?
Talk crazy, talk crazy. My brother, you know I love you like cook food. I appreciate you as always, King.
Hell yeah, bro. Salute.
You already, man. Shout out my boy Real Sick, Jersey, the building.